Environment. I appreciate everybody coming out. That was awesome. I appreciate University of Pennsylvania allowing us to play at the Palestra, and everybody, our administration, led by Chelsea's leadership of having that game organized and ready to go. So really appreciate it. That was a fun college environment. Just not happy with the results. Credit to Indiana. They came in here and most of the game they took it to us. I love my team. I love our fight. We didn't trust enough of what we do and how we do it with enough urgency, and we just, we're playing from behind and digging a hole. And I thought a lot of times shooting ourselves in the foot, in our own foot. And you can't do that. And too many plays where we beat ourselves on both ends of the court today against a good disciplined team. I loved our fight at the end. We talked about late in the game being solid on defense, taking care of the ball, and making our free throws. We didn't do that enough to win today. So disappointed in the result. Proud of our effort. Love these guys. We're going to get better. This is going to make us better, and we're going to learn from it.
We'll take questions for Nick, Seth, Daniel, Mason.
Mike, you talked about that.
Questions for
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah, so he can get out of here.
Coach Rhoades kind of talked about before shooting, whether it was at the line or from beyond the arc. How does that happen? Is that just like the way basketball goes, or did they do something that made it tricky?
Well, I'm going to answer it for him. Number one is you don't make all your shots. That's reality. Like, you're not going to make them all. So, but your preparation and you know how you make threes. You take the right ones, take good ones. The right guys taking the right ones. Sometimes you look for a good three, but you give it up to make it a great three for somebody else. The free throws, we've been shooting the heck out of the ball from the free throw line all year long. We didn't. The right guys were shooting free throws. He's been making them all year long. Other guys have. We just didn't make them today. That's how it goes. You're gonna have games like that. You hope you don't have games where you miss from three and from the free throw line against good teams, because that's a double whammy. So, but you're still gonna have to react to some missed free throws and miss open shots and be ready to knock down the next one. We just didn't do that enough today. Go ahead. Still your question.
Nick.
No, I'm good.
Daniel, sorry.
Nick, what did Indiana do coming out of halftime in the second half defensively to stymie you guys a little bit and put you in that hole?
They didn't really do nothing. It's just they got 8 points quick, very fast in the first half, and took us down by about 8, and we just had to fight back.
Mason.
I know in modern basketball, it's more common for teams try to shoot themselves out of deep holes, but you guys committed to attacking the basket, get into the line. Is that something that kind of coach emphasized in timeouts, or that's something the team just do, like, hey, we get to the line, stop the clock, we can get back in this game?
It was at halftime actually. Coach Joe had told me, you attack the basket how you know to attack the basket. You're gonna shoot 40 free throws, and so that's what I did. And Coach Rhoades seen I kept scoring and getting buckets, so he kept drawing up plays for me.
I think we were 16 for 21 at the rim in the first half. I think that's what it was. That's a good formula. Let's stick with it. That was sort of what we talked about at halftime, and we had certain matchups where we could get downhill quicker.
Nick, Ace was sidelined for a lot of the end of the first half. Just how did you feel that impacted the team on the court?
We always say we got an army, so next man up. So I don't think it affected the team. I think it's like next man up mentality.
It seemed like they had two guys, Mbako, number 21, and the big man, Paulo. What did you see from them? What kind of challenges did they present?
I mean, nothing for real. We just was lacking defense and lacking on. We just didn't have a good shooting game today. Nothing really from them.
Yeah, on the defensive end, you pressed most of the game, but in the half court, especially in the second half, you went to a trap. What was the strategy there? Was that something also implemented at halftime? And how did you see that impact the defensive end?
I mean, it wasn't no plan or nothing to trap. It was just like it's just basketball. We see what we can do, so we rotate, and that's what we do.
Last question.
And then what was this experience like for you as a player to play here at Palestra?
This is my second time, and I always said this is one of my favorite places to play after the first time last year.
Thank you, Nick. Questions for Coach Rhoades? Daniel, Nick.
Mike, same thing I just asked Nick. What kind of flip there at halftime from Indiana for them to put you?
Yeah, we weren't ready to play coming out of halftime, and that's on me. I'm mad at myself because we've had some really good starts the second half, so we did it today. And the one thing, you see that shot go in early, you think we can make the next one, and that's what happened. And ended up making 7 second half threes. I didn't think we got back in transition. One poor coverage on the ball screen, and two, but really the one in that 8-0 run there. We had a couple of timeouts, so not enough urgency to start the half. We always talk about we want to win the middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the half, the first 4 of the second half. We sure didn't do that today.
Nick.
Like, they don't shoot a ton of threes typically, and they don't make a ton of threes typically. But it seemed like
They shot it well the last game.
Right.
They shot it well, and that carries over, right? You see it go in, you think it's going to go in more. And I thought, unfortunately today, I thought we gave their better shooters open ones with some poor coverage. And you see 1 or see 2, the ball gets hot, and guys are ready to look to shoot it more, and that's what they did. I mean, they shot 39% for the game from 3. That's money. That's money.
Mason.
Coach Rhoades, I know you kind of answered it earlier, but for your team to be disciplined enough to continue attacking the basket instead of trying to focus on getting it all back to threes, what does it say about your team's discipline down the stretch to kind of stick to what's working as opposed to trying to figure out on their own?
Yeah, I mean, we're when we play, we trust what we do, and we have this urgency. We're a downhill team. We have multiple guys that can get downhill and make plays for themselves and each other. We didn't have enough of that today. When you're ready to get blown out, it's amazing how the urgency meter gets turned up, and then we got back. We got going with that, and Nick had some great plays and got us going. But there's some other guys, and then that ball gets hot, and we started scoring in different ways and putting pressure on them. Thought in the first 26 minutes, 30 minutes of the game, we were very, not going to say lackadaisical, because I think our guys play hard, we play with decent pace, but just not the pop that we've had most of the year. And when you play good teams in the Big Ten, and you don't have that urgency, that's what happens. Then you're playing from behind.
Seth.
Mike, from what you've seen to this point, through about 15 games now, when you look ahead at the schedule, Illinois, Oregon, Michigan State, do you feel that this team is ready to handle a stretch like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a good team, and I love this team, and we're different. We're different than a lot of teams in the league. So that but we got to have great urgency and great discipline, and the other night we had enough to win the game. We didn't have a great effort, great comeback, whatever, but not enough to win a Big Ten game. And we got to have that urgency and that discipline to go play those teams and beat those teams. And that's what we signed up for. That's the fun of it. But with this group of guys we have, I'm as pissed I am now that we lost the game. I'm excited with what we're capable of doing.
Coach, you played Michigan here last year. You played Drexel and Wells Fargo today. Why is playing really important to you in your program?
Well, number one, it's our state, right? Basketball is really important in the city of Philadelphia. I've known that my whole life, and to be a part of it is really, really cool. And we have so many fans and alumni and Penn Staters in this area. And going to them, this created a great college environment today. And I'm always big on you want to give your players the best experience they have in their 4 years, but you want to share it with everybody else. And everywhere I've been, I've taken that approach. And playing down here and being in Philadelphia with so many Penn Staters, with hopefully future Penn Staters that are good basketball players that want to play a cool style like we're doing, and play at the highest level on the biggest stage in college basketball. You can do that in your home state, you can do that at Penn State, and we want to show that off.
Mike, what did you make of Miles' performance? Seemed like he brought a lot of energy to the team.
Yeah, I was really proud of him. I thought Yannick got going in the second half, but I like that. You know, this guy was out for 6 months, and for him to get thrown in the fire the other night and today, I love his response. I love his energy. He was the first one down today in our meeting for breakfast, and he was excited to play. Those are the type of guys you want to coach. So really proud of him. And you know, it's a process. It's a process. We all want everything so fast. Just try to get better every day. Try to be locked in every day, and he's doing that. I'm really proud of him.
Two more.
Hey, Coach, I'm just expand on you, Penn State expanding the brand throughout Pennsylvania. Just tell us about the recruiting that's going on towards this area and how important that is for you guys playing this area, helping out.
Yeah, well, it's our job for me and our staff to be active in the state of Pennsylvania with all the high school coaches and AAU programs and all the players, especially in the greater Philadelphia area, because some great basketball players that have great high school coaches and great AAU coaches. I've known them all for a long, long time. So it's great that I'm now coaching in the state and I can recruit kids to stay in the state and be a part of what we're trying to build at Penn State. So we're gonna always extend ourselves to the Philadelphia area and try to make it a home for really good players that want to come get one of the best educations you can get in the world and play big time basketball in a fun style. And we're going to continue to do it all the time.
Nate.
Too quick.
Sure.
Zach didn't get a three. He didn't take one in the first half. Did you feel like they were doing something to shut him out?
They weren't. They just weren't leaving them. You know, they were sort of they were, especially in the ball screens. They were just saying, we're not going to leave him, and we'll let the other guys get the catches. So we just got to continue to move him around, and he does such a good job getting involved. Like he got us 3 baskets in the first half because he set a screen. He had two cutting actions that his man should be the one helping, but he stayed with Zach. We got baskets out of it. Doesn't show up in the stat sheet for Zach, but it's the right way to play. But he's got to continue to keep moving and hunting shots, and we got to find him more. We got to find him more. We got to find a way to loosen him up and all that. In the second half, we found that a couple times, but we got to find him more.
And then the excessive. What was the explanation on the?
Said when he's coming down, he grabbed his head.
Thank you, Coach.